When it comes to the most anticipated indie games, Hollow Knight Silksong and Ayuden Chronicles are easily the most hyped. But in reality, there are even more interesting indie games you should add to your wishlist. So I'm here to tell you about 9 upcoming indie games you probably haven't heard of. Some of them are amongst my most anticipated games right now. But first tell me in the comments what upcoming indie game are you most excited about. Alright, let's go. Bow Path of the Teal Lotus is a 2.5D action platformer with Metroidvania elements inspired by Japanese folklore. There's a heavy focus on acrobatic movement. It's fast, precise, elegant, and looks like a lot of fun. You'll be able to brew and drink tea to unlock new abilities for your shape-shifting staff that can turn into a mochi hammer, for example. While the trailers didn't show that much combat yet, we know that we'll be able to collect Daruma dolls that support you with magic spells in combat. Also, the trailer hints at epic boss battles. The hand-drawn art style is amongst the most surreal and beautiful I've ever seen. I can't wait to try this out when this comes out sometime in 2024. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. That's what most people would say, as Deviator looks like it's heavily inspired by Hollow Knight. But if you ask me, that seems like a good thing. Combat though works very differently in Deviator. Here it's all about deflecting incoming attacks. Successfully doing so builds up momentum that gives you buffs, but getting hit makes you lose momentum. Precise platforming seems to play a big role in this game too, as the trailer already showed platforming sections with some familiar looking spikes and saw blades. Yeah, it may look a lot like Hollow Knight, but for me, this looks really sick, and if Silksong won't release this year, at least this could be the closest we get to a new Hollow Knight. Believe it or not, but Mini Shoot Adventures is a true Metroidvania. You control a cute looking ship and unlock a bunch of abilities that help you get to new places and find hidden paths and treasures. Exploration is an important part, since you can find optional challenges that reward you with heart pieces, unique badges to improve the power of your ship, and experience to level up your ship. The unique twist? This is played like a bullet hell twin stick shooter, which is so fun. After playing the demo for just an hour, I'm already addicted to this, and it's now one of my most anticipated games. Good thing this already comes out in March. In the meantime, you can subscribe to my channel and check out the demo to see for yourself that we can expect something special here. Yes, you see that right, another Metroidvania. And just like the first game on this list, this is also inspired by Japanese folklore. Momogatari is about removing a curse that threatens the protagonist's mother's life. This game focuses on combat and gives you a set of different swords you can quickly swap between during combat. With that, you'll be able to react to enemy behavior and boss mechanics. In the trailer, combat looks fast-paced, stylish, and a lot of fun. The devs also promise platforming challenges that require you to master every ability. Momogatari currently doesn't have a release window, but it's definitely a game you should add to your wishlist. Yeah, we don't start with the Metroidvanias today. Whisper in the Dark is set in a large world full of mysteries and hidden treasures. For the fast-paced combat, you are equipped with a sword, a bow, and a set of magic spells, and the devs promise they focus on fun rather than Souls-like inspired combat. Also, the devs focus on creating a smooth platforming experience and a rewarding exploration. And story-wise, we can expect multiple endings depending on the decisions you make. So there's definitely replay value here. Whisper in the Dark doesn't have a release window yet, but I thought I'd bring this to your attention. If this nostalgia-infused Metroidvania looks interesting to you, go put it on the wishlist. Wow, this is the third game on this list inspired by Japanese culture. Yasha Legends of the Demon Blade is an action RPG with roguelike mechanics, taking place during the Edo period. The action combat is super fast, super flashy, and looks super engaging thanks to a fluid and responsive moveset and incredibly cool animations. There are multiple playable characters that all have a different combat style. Surprisingly enough, the devs say that exploration will actually be quite important, as you are rewarded with items that ultimately increase your character's power. It is currently not entirely clear what the roguelite elements will look like, but I'm happy to find out when this releases sometime in 2024. Last Moon is an action RPG inspired by the genre's finest games from the 90s. You'll explore a vast and mesmerizing world full of hidden secrets, unique environments, and dangerous enemies. Exploration is rewarded with runes you can equip to get different advantages for combat and other situations. What's quite unique here is the day and night cycle that directly affects the environment, making some places inaccessible and others accessible depending on the time of day. By saving villages, you will also be able to rebuild a village along the way. For me, Lost Moon comes out of nowhere, but it's a game I'm really excited to check out. Sadly, this is set to release in 2025, so we'll have to wait a little longer. Biomorph is a Souls-like Metroidvania with some really cool ideas. In this game you can morph into the shapes of your opponents. That way you can temporarily get abilities that give you access to areas you couldn't otherwise reach, solve puzzles, or even fight enemies with a whole different moveset. For combat you have the option to choose between a bunch of different weapons, such as gauntlets or a grenade launcher. Exploration not only rewards you with items, but also optional bosses and more. On top of all that, you'll be able to build your own village. If that all sounds interesting to you, I have good news, because there's a demo available on Steam, and the game comes out on March the 4th, so you don't have to wait much longer. Berserk Boy is a 2D action platformer with Metroidvania elements, then seems like it's inspired by Mega Man and Saturday morning cartoons. You'll be able to transform into different elemental forms like earth, fire, ice and more. Each of these come with unique abilities that you need to fight enemies and uncover secret paths. Movement is fast and fluid, and exploration is super fun thanks to many hidden items and other secrets to find. Currently there's a demo available on Steam, and if you enjoyed that, you only need to wait until March 7th when this comes out on Switch and Steam. Alright, there you have it, 9 upcoming indie games you probably haven't heard of. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and tell me in the comments what upcoming indie game are you most excited about. Alright, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.